will take at least another minute.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, we're live on YouTube as well.
Yay! Nice. Hello, all my Effect enjoyers.
Hello, everyone.
Can we all petition that Riverside rewrites its entire backend in Effect? Can we do that?
Yes.
Is that something that we can do?
Please. It's a shame that's not an open source project, because otherwise I think that we can spend token into doing that.
That's right. Everybody just spams Riverside. Hang on.
And as Vives mentioned, once again, blocked by office hour not starting on time. 99% of users.
99% of users.
Blocked by Riverside. Okay.
Well, there's definitely 2 users that I know of that are blocked by Riverside.
And I'd say that are almost 99% of the users I know.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. We started the stream a full 5 minutes ago, and it just did not connect to Twitch or YouTube, and then I had to stop and restart the stream. We need to find an alternative to Riverside. I'm not happy with it.
Okay. So how's everyone doing?
What is up, everyone?
Who broke production?
Who is currently breaking production?
Oh, yeah. Who has a great plan to break production?
Who's got a plan to break production? Let me start the office hours thread in here. Create a thread. Effect office hours questions thread. Post your questions here, minions. All right. There is now a thread in the Discord channel also for questions and answers.
Nice.
Anybody have anything they want us to talk about? I guess we could talk about the new website. That's a big deal. Yeah, we launched a new website.
Can't break production if it's already broken.
That's right. Can't break production if it's already broken. Wiser words were never spoken. Yeah, new website. We redesigned a lot of it from the ground up. We moved off of Astro Starlight. We're still using Astro, but we're not using the Starlight theme anymore because it was too restrictive for what we wanted to do. So now we're still using Astro, but we kind of rebuilt a lot of the pieces that we wanted to the way that we wanted to. So it'll give us the flexibility for building the V4 docs in the manner that we want to as well, which is good. And it'll also give us a lot more flexibility just in general, because there were a lot of frameworky type restrictions that Starlight had. Now, Starlight's great for if you want to get a doc site up and running quick. And you can work around a lot of the limitations, but we just didn't want to have to work around them. So yeah, I had a feeling that the code example on the old website was much better. Had troubles explaining to a friend what Effect was based on the new website. Listen, there's always going to be people who liked the old website better than the new website. I'm sorry, we can't please everyone. If there are specific components of the landing page you think that we could improve, if you guys really liked the side-by-side code example, we can certainly think about bringing that back. But yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people who are like, wow, this new website's great. and wow, this new website sucks. So I think I've learned that it's almost impossible to please everyone. That being said, like I said, if there's pieces of the old website that you feel were really, really good and you want to see brought back, let us know. We've heard a couple of times now that code example, the side-by-side code example comparison thing, is something that people liked and want to see come back. So we'll evaluate bringing that back. But yeah, I think that to give a counterpoint to to people liking that code example, on the old website there were numerous people who told us that code example was stupid. So there's like, no matter what we do, we're never going to please everyone.
Yeah.
I think that for now though, we're going to be focusing on the documentation, fixing bugs with the website that we identify. And I've been working recently. I guess I can show this. It's not really a secret since there's a public PR about it. But I've been working on getting the API reference docs into the website. So I can show.
Just put the toggle at the top with legacy on page.
Where are we? Where's Riverside? Share. Can I just share a Chrome tab?
Yeah, you should.
Why is it doesn't give me any? Do I have to be on the same browser? Hang on, folks. API reference share. Hopefully this works.
Yep.
So can I get rid of this? There we go. Yeah, I've been working on a PR that brings the API reference docs onto the new website. It's not done, but because there's still like a bunch of issues I need to work out. But our goal is to have the website be the one-stop shop for everything. So to that end, we want the API reference to live here. So we also want to support like v3 in the API reference. So right now I don't have the v3 source in here, but it would be the same the same like structure here. And the idea is that you can like browse the different packages. So if you wanted to like look at the different platform packages, you could do that. If you wanted to like look at Effect, you could do that. And again, the idea being that like if you have a particular module of interest, like if you want to look at, I don't know, the Effect module, you could come in here and like review different things. So it's very similar to the existing API reference in structure, sort of. Like the existing API reference though lives on like a GitHub Pages site. This will bring it into the main website, which is kind of nice. But again, there's like some bugs I need to work out. So yeah. How do I stop sharing? It stopped sharing automatically. Cool. Yeah. Show cluster. I'm not in the mood. I'm like pretty sick today, and I'm just not in the mood for getting trolled too hard. Put a toggle at the top, legacy homepage. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll put a toggle at the top of the homepage that renders for the legacy homepage, just renders kits like Cthulhu themed. What was it? He had like a website that he made that like the longer you stayed on it, the more it descended into chaos.
Chaotic. Yeah.
I don't remember what the link was, but I know that if you stayed on that website long enough, there was like an Easter egg at the very end. I don't remember the details, but yeah, that could be the legacy homepage now. You click it and it's the cube. Yes. Yes.
The cube, yeah.
Yes, thank you. The cube. The only bad thing I can say about the website, listen, I'll bring it back. I think we've heard it enough times that I think we've heard that particular point of feedback enough times that I can talk to Mirella and Federico about bringing that element back of the landing page. Maybe in like some better form than it was in before. Because like the old landing pages example thing was good, but it wasn't. It could have been better. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to Mirella and Federico and see if we think bringing it back makes sense or not. But I am excited about the porting over Kit's what was it? Visual effect demos.
Yeah.
That was a fun little project I did like a few months ago, where I ported visual effect to Effect Atom and like made the framework. I built like a tiny little framework that makes it really easy to create visual effects. So that was fun. So if you're curious, go look at the code. But yeah, we're really excited that the new website's finally out. We are also very excited. Maybe Mattia, you want to mention our new partnership?
Yeah, there is, if you haven't noticed, on the Effectful X page, and also on the Ziverge page, we announced that there is now a partnership between Ziverge and Effectful, and basically Ziverge will be providing training and help over embracing Effect. So let me show maybe just the announcement.
Yeah, we're super excited about this partnership because Ziverge is a fantastic consultancy. They they have some of the highest quality like trainings and things like that that's out there, and so highly recommend checking it out if your company is thinking about adopting Effect or has adopted Effect but wants like more targeted help. John and the team at Ziverge are fantastic. So
also, it's amazing how like the circle closes, because like as many of you may know, Ziverge was one of the company that helped Zio being a thing, and Zio was the inspired thing for Effect, and so it's amazing to see this circle like close itself.
Yep.
So as you can see, they already have like, if you want to sign up for Effect 3TS training workshop, they already have an Eventbrite link you can go to, and you can learn more here on the Ziverge Tech handle over X or Twitter, however you like calling it. You can find out more about the partnership. They have also launched, they also have announced that they will be sponsoring Effect Days, which will happen. We didn't forget, it will happen. And
it will happen.
We
can't say more than that right now, but it will happen.
Yeah, it will happen. And they also have announced an Effect SDK for Golem Cloud, which I have not tried yet, but I have had a look in the past in Golem, and so I'm honest, I have also I'm thrilled to look into that as well. But yeah, if you are looking for Effect ES training, definitely reach out to them as well.
Yeah, don't miss out on the workshop either. John is probably the best workshop instructor I've ever seen. I've had the privilege of being able to go to a few of his workshops. They were Scala workshops at that point in time, but he is just such a fantastic speaker and instructor. So definitely don't miss out. Yeah, and we had the privilege of having him talk at Effect Days a while back, and so yeah, if do not miss the workshop.
It definitely has the gift of teaching, which is amazing.
For sure. Somebody in my Twitch chat, Shub Coder, says that the type information on hover is missing in the code examples that earlier was present on the website. That is true, and that is by design. We intentionally removed Shiki 2/ from the code examples on the website because a variety of reasons. One is that it made the website HTML so much more heavy. Two, we have so many code examples on the website that enabling it for all of them actually caused the site to run out of memory, like during the builds. There were ways to work around that, but it was pretty awful. And the third reason we disabled 2/ is because it caused the build time to balloon by almost 5 times. In an uncached worst case scenario, 2/ would cause build times to be over 10 minutes for the full website, which
So we
was
could speak
untenable.
for we could speak for over than 10 minutes about why it was a bad idea.
Anyway, we decided to remove 2/
Yeah.
because of that. And yes, the type information on the on hover was useful, but you can click the button to open code snippets in the playground, and you can get type information in the playground. So we felt like it was a reasonable trade-off, and also making the HTML of the site much lighter
So
is
fast.
yeah, makes it much better. John is the grandpa of Effect. It's true.
It's
If
true, yeah.
if Kit Langdon is the father of Effect, then John DeGoes is definitely the grandfather, the grandfather of Effect. I wonder if we should gift him specialized effect swag that's grandpa coded, like an effect cane or monocle or something. An effect cane would be some based swag. Like that would be pretty lit. Yeah. Could you imagine, like, at the next Effect Days if we just give out, like, an Effect cane? That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike is here? Yeah. Hi, Mike.
I'm here. Hey, Mike.
Mike, you
So
know
if
just as well as I do that Kit Langdon is the true creator and father of Effect. Our one true Lord and Savior.
yeah. So if Kit is the father and then we have the grandfather, who is Mike?
Who is Mike is the real question. People think he's somebody. Not so sure. Watch all of a sudden he materializes in the office in the
Yeah,
Riverside
in the
studio.
Riverside link.
Yep.
Well,
to all of you folks, though, getting back to the website, for all of you folks who have provided bug reports and other targeted feedback and design issues and things like that about the new website, thank you very much. We've been trying to tackle them pretty quickly. Lloyd, thank you very much. Have a good flight. Hello, Rasmic. I know that profile image. Who is that? Who is that?
And now it has become a stalking
Identify
session.
yourself. By the way, Lloyd has been doing God's work on the MCP server module of Effect. We've been discussing a complete overhaul of, not a complete overhaul, but like an expansion of the capabilities of the MCP server. So there'll be like an MCP protocol abstraction that you plug into the MCP server to allow the MCP server to support multiple protocols. So you basically, like, when you create the layer for your MCP server, you'd get like the ability to support many protocols. And Lloyd also, when we were discussing it, I told Lloyd it would be great if we had a test suite that like deterministically went through the entire MCP server specification and like number by number, like spec 1.1, 1.1.1, like tested everything. And he built out a suite, a conformance test suite for MCP servers in Effect, so that we can easily make sure that different protocols that we introduce over time still conform to the specification. So yeah, Lloyd's been doing some really, really, really good work on the MCP server modules. And hopefully, we'll be able to get support for all the latest MCP server stuff that people are interested in. So give Lloyd some kudos in the AI chat.
Definitely some great work.
Mickey, yes. Okay, that is where I know you from on Twitch. Convex, and your handle's Mickey. What's up? Welcome to Effect Office Hours. Welcome all my Convex friends.
Welcome.
RJ, we gotta touch base on Confect again soon. It'd be interesting to learn what progress you've made, and maybe we do like a demo or something like that. Maybe like a small app demo or something like that in the future. People still ask how to use Convex with Effect, so it'd be cool to have an office hours or something that we could point them to, where instead of us giving feedback on Confect, we could actually like try it out for something.
Yep.
What else?
Oh, there is one thing that I want to shout out because I think that will affect this will affect all of the application that anyone else has out there, and is that Julio has been doing some amazing perf work over Schema, and let me maybe share the screen. There is some initial optimizations over the performance that Effect Schema has. He did an amazing job, and right now we got from at least 10 to 30% improvement in the performance of Schema compared to previous performance. And so if you are already into Effect V4, already in one of the betas, I really suggest you to try update and see how it goes. But yeah, that is some news that I definitely want to spread out.
Sebastian saying we should do a roundtable of significant community projects on top of Effect, like FoldKit, Alchemy, Confect, and FIWS says, the FAQ stack. The face.
The fuck.
Face. FoldKit, Alchemy, Confect, and Effect.
Face stack
yeah,
sounds amazing.
Julio's performance work on Schema has been like absolutely wild. Like,
yeah,
the fact, like, I think we're not like faster than the rest of the Schema libraries on every benchmark. There are some that he did where we are significantly faster, but we are on par with all the other Schema libraries now in Effect V4, like on the order of microseconds apart from other Schema libraries. So huge shout out to Julio on the work that he did with Schema. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, definitely wanted to point that out because that's like,
is this the benchmarks PR where he like did the speed benchmarks?
There it is. There was couple that we were pretty close to other ones. There are some specific cases I know that it later on removed from the benchmark because they were like maybe too biased towards Effect. But we are, as you can see, we are not far away from comparisons with like before the current PR with the PR and comparison with.
Are these measured in microseconds, Mattia, or are these in?
I think that they were measured in ops, if I recall correctly. It depends on the.
There was a PR or somewhere. Yeah, wait. Wait, scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
Scroll down. All values are median. All values are median microseconds per operation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah.
It's wild that this is the first time I'm hearing about Confect. I know. We need to do. Is Julio the same as Julius from T3? No. Julio is the original author of FPTS and has since joined the Effect team years ago, and is the author of Effect Schema. Julius works with the T3 everything team. It's T3 code, T3 chat, whatever. Upload thing. They look similar though. I don't know about that. I should do a side by side.
One of
When
those
is
games
RC?
where you show a picture and you have to mention the correct name, and
That's
then you
right.
stop swapping the picture fast.
Also similar age, yeah. Schema Rust port when? Yeah.
But yeah, well, that overall, the fact that we are now closer to other libraries, to be honest, the comparison are with jitless enabled, so without JIT optimizations. So yeah, but the fact that we are like close to other ones is now amazing.
Anybody have any like questions or things they want us to look at, or is it just like us talking about cool things today? I'm fine with talking about cool things, but
we should do an AI mesh between Julio and Julius called Julius.
Oh boy. Julius.
Julius.
Oh god.
It's very hard to pronounce the G with the J.
Wasn't there an AI mashup of, it was like Mike?
Yeah.
It was 4 people. Mike, Dylan, no. I can't remember. This was a while ago on Twitter. Somebody did like an AI mashup of, oh man. And I don't even remember who did the mashup, but it was really funny. Maybe somebody else will remember.
Yeah.
All right, like what are we talking about today, gentlemen? I could show off Lloyd's PR. Here.
I think that, as always, I want to recall that we are getting close to the first Effect RC. So, as always, if you have some issue with the Effect beta, something that you find missing, something you are not fully happy with, and you have maybe ideas, proposals on how to improve, APIs, behaviors, modules that are existing that you want to improve, or you think need more love, as always, this is the time. As always, now or never, because then after RC, it will like be more difficult.
Don't listen to Mattia. We're months and years away. Years.
Yeah. I said it's close, not how close.
That's right. It's like when we talked about Effect 4 coming out in the summer, and we never specified whose summer.
Which summer? Yeah.
Is it the Southern Hemisphere summer or the Northern Hemisphere summer?
Which year? Summer.
This is the suite, the PR that Lloyd was working on to introduce an MCP conformance test suite, which is really cool. And again, like there is a new MCP protocol abstraction. I think I already merged the PR for this, that basically like describes the protocol itself, and then you plug it into like the different suites to run them. But the result is that you get a list of tests that go over like the full base protocol, like all of the different requirements for the MCP protocol, which is pretty cool. And we can do this for every protocol that we introduce. So going all the way back to the first protocol, and then like coming up to latest. But yeah, it's going to be really nice to be able to do this. And this work also is part of our like trying to add support for all of the protocols that exist for MCP server to our MCP server, and making sure that they all conform to the specification. So the goal is for you to be able to like define a layer like MCP server.layer, and you pass in a list of supported protocols for that server. So like, I don't know, maybe you support version 2025-0618, and maybe you also support another version. That server supports another version. And then you would like that server would basically be able to respond to clients that have either of those protocols specified in like during the initialization of the MCP like communication. So it's pretty cool. I think it's going to make building MCP servers with Effect a little bit more ergonomic and streamlined and like robust. But yeah, give a shout out to Lloyd. He's done some really good work on this. So kudos. And then eventually we do want to introduce an MCP client as well, but I think that'll be like a later step. What else can we talk about? That's cool stuff. Have you guys seen Kit's Effect skill? I compared it to the Effect TS skill and personally found Kit's skill produced better code. Well, to be clear, the skill that we have under the Effect org right now is experimental. It's actually not even meant for usage right now. Like I think Mike created it as just kind of like an experiment, but not intended for like public consumption quite yet. Kit skill is like in use, I think, by him, and then I think other folks at Open Code are also using it. So I'm not surprised that it produces more like semantic code, given that we haven't put a ton of time into the Effect skill. That being said, like we are actively working on different ways that we can improve agentic experience with Effect. We're doing a ton of like experimentation internally, but we're not like ready to put anything out publicly quite yet. Just because we want to make sure we get it right before we like endorse something. What else, nerds? What else?
What else?
What else can we talk about?
Let me check also if something else interesting happened.
Tim has been using a new AI tool. Honestly, it's been really entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Because it fits like so well with his workflow. But he's been using this new this tool called Multica. Multica is like a maybe I can just pull it up here, multica.ai.
Have you been trying it as well?
I haven't tried it yet, but I want to.
I've been using it as well. I've tried it as well.
Who designed the new site? That would be Mirella, Mike's wife, who is a very, very good designer and designed everything about the new site. And then Federico and I are the two who sort of like implemented most of the site. Federico did most of the site.
The left and the right hand.
That's right. Mirella is our puppet master. But yeah, Federico did the lion's share of the work. I just did some like early work on the landing page and the podcast page. New docs site when? What are you guys talking about? We literally just launched a new website, and and in the tweet we said we're going to be working on new docs. You guys are crazy. I am too sick to be trolled today.
Again, we said we are going to work on that, not when.
It's like it is like. I mean, I know this is just how the tech world is, but it is like we release something new and immediately people are asking for the next thing.
Okay, what's next?
What? Give me the next thing. I need it. You guys are crazy.
Endorphin.
Increased band score? Maybe. Might have to. This is the tool that Tim's been using, called Multica, and it just like fits his workflow so perfectly. It is so funny, and basically in Multica you can like create agents which are like team members almost, and the agents can communicate with one another as a team. So you can like have like a team lead agent, and you can have like a I don't know, engineer agent and a triage agent and a product manager agent. And you can basically like let your agents work together to solve the issues that you create. And his productivity was already like extremely like impressive, right? Like Tim is a very productive person, but like
100x.
yeah, I don't even know how to describe the number of PRs that and issues that he's addressed in the last like week is just wild. Like we had 200 and something issues open on the Effect repo last week, and I think we're now down to 150. It has been really entertaining to watch Tim work with this tool. Just because like for his workflow, it works really, really well. I haven't personally tried it quite yet, but I do plan to, because it seems to fit well with like, especially like with a project like Effect, like an open source project that you're trying to address issues on. It just seems to like work really well for like those kind of isolated like use cases. I'm sure it works well for other things too, like more product oriented, app oriented, things like that too. But anyway, I just figured I'd mention it because it's been so fun to watch him work.
I've been trying that tool for the last like 4 or 5 days, and it is nice. It is focused for, as you mentioned, a workflow where it's mostly issue driven. So either like you converge everything you want to do into issues, like if you have feature planning sessions or investigation sessions, it's like it supports the chat, but then you just want to jump into any other classic chat CLI you have for that. But when you have like already sketched out issues or plans on what you want to do, it is really nice and also fun to watch. I have set up for the TSGo Effect TSGo repository. I have set up like one Go coder, one that reviews the pattern and tries to find patterns that could break what the rule is doing in Effect, and another one that just checks that the PR works. Another one that runs the test suite and does perf management. And this is fun to let them see how they interact with each other. Yeah.
For his workflow, aka machine to machine communication.
Yeah.
That is right. Tim is one with the beep boops.
Yeah.
He is one with the clankers. I guess he doesn't need you guys anymore. He should probably just switch to Effect streaming full time. I haven't. Wait, are you talking about Tim or us? I have not streamed working on anything Effect related in a very long time. Also, the open code guys posted like about their little slop cop thing, but I just want to like make note that we were first, because I started building my little slop cop project first. So just putting it out there. Us, yeah, that's right. Mike, we're gonna let Tim just implement the whole world, and Mattia and I are just gonna switch to streaming full time, if that's cool.
If that works.
Slop Cop is ours. I agree, Sebastian.
Yes.
Slop Cop is ours. We're the real Slop Cops. We are the OG Slop Cops.
Yeah. It's a shame that there's lopcop npm namespace is already taken.
I know.
Damn. That's sad. Do we have other questions? Let me check.
I don't have anything in Discord currently. Come on, nerds. You don't have any other effect-related questions? Comments? Concerns?
Wishes?
Things that you're going to say to bait me? Only Effect fans? That's right.
Only
We're actually launching a new streaming service, Only Effect fans.
only
where-
fans.
Yeah, it's only where it's a site where you just go to watch people write effect code.
That could be a drug.
Yeah, really. Did you see the new ORPC Effect native integration on their 2.0 beta? No, I did not. Let's look. ORPC Effect integration. Here, I will share my screen. Bring back service map. Bring back tag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, screw service map. Let's just bring back tag. Effects integration lets you seamlessly use Effect's powerful features, such as its effect system, concurrency model, and schema library within ORPC. Installing experimental effect and effect. Handler gen allows you to write effectful handlers using generator functions. Inside the generator, you can yield effect operations, and handler gen will handle the execution and error handling for you. This is cool.
I'm not sure if I love the fact that it wraps directly the generator syntax.
I wonder if they built their site with VTest or not, because they do have the
hover.
Yeah, and this looks like the VTest version, but dot effect extension import from a module that always runs during initialization, such as the file where you define your base builder or create your server. That adds a dot effect method to the builder so you can write effectful handlers directly. That's cool. I guess one is like if you want to write effect handlers directly, and one is if you just want to use effect maybe for some handlers. You can provide effect services through the ORPC context in a type-safe way with effect context and effect context. Let's see. So we have a random service context with effect context random, server context. That's cool. I wonder, you can also extend the effect context with middleware. Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, so basically provide a context that's already built.
This integration preserves the original error wherever possible. If you call effect.fail error, the error is forwarded to the middleware and interceptors, just like a regular thrown error. To customize this behavior, wrap the effect before execution using effect wrap in the context. Interesting. I wonder, type safe errors. When you yield effect, you can handle these in a type safe way. Interesting. ORPC natively supports standard schema, and effect schema implements that spec. True. Mike has opinions. I checked it a bit. I think the API is kind of a hack. Services are integrated oddly and doesn't really play well with layers. Also, no real inference. Well, I like the fact that regardless of whether or not this is the most effective way to do things, I like to see that more tools more tools are integrating with Effect. I like to see that. Even if it's not the most effect forward integration. Mike says that the author did ask for feedback, but I didn't have the time to write it down. Well, that's your fault, Mike. Sorry. This is, I mean, I think that the fact that like more of these projects are providing effect integrations is generally a good thing. Even if it's not the most effect way to do things, if it gives you a
can be
path.
improved over time.
Yeah, I mean, if it gives you a path to use effect and the features of effect, I don't see a problem with that, even if it's not the most quote unquote correct. I do see what Mike's talking about here, though, that there's not really a great way to integrate with like layering in Effect. But besides that, I think that this is pretty cool. Anyway. Does the Effect LSP work with custom generator wrappers like this?
It doesn't, because it hides the Effect.gen symbol, and basically what they are doing, I think, behind the scene, I haven't checked that, but what I think they do behind the scene is basically they rewrite that handler gen function. Basically is not the same symbol as effect.fn or effect.gen, and so the LSP does not recognize that as an effect generator, because there is no way to do that, because you cannot rely on the simple fact that is a generator that's yielding effects, because you can write a generator that yields effect and then not expect the effect composition out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I like I said, I think more projects using Effect is a good thing. But even if the LSP can't integrate 100% with it, I don't see that as a major blocker to. What is a Fate client for Effect? What is that? Fake? Did you mean fake, Sebastian?
It's a Fate.
Anybody have any other questions or comments or things you want us to look at or whatever? Because I don't want to, I'm not going to like sit and be quiet for
let's just
let's all just sit and be quiet.
Maybe we can do something like an SMR streaming where we read the name of all of the Effect APIs, just the name of the APIs with like a sexy voice. Like
that sounds awful. Let me tell you a little bit about Effect.flatmap.
Exactly like that.
Oh man.
Roast my project, says Mike.
Roast my project. Mike, you haven't even looked at the code for your project. How am I supposed to roast it if you didn't even look at the code? Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Effect torch.
I'm curious about that. I haven't had full time to look into it, so I'm curious.
Is it under Mike's namespace? Mike Arnaldi Effect torch. let me pull this up. Mike says he looked at the code. I don't know. I'm Sergeant Doxing you hard right now. All right. Let's see here. So for those of you who don't know, Mike is building this experimental learning-oriented tensor library for TypeScript built on Effect, and it has a Rust native backend powered by Candle. So for like the compute intensive portions of like actually running the tensor operations and like doing all the math and whatever, it basically uses a Rust backend. But this is called Effect Torch. And let's see, the objective is to expose the TypeScript community to the building blocks behind artificial intelligence. Modern AI is at its core tensor algebra, multi-dimensional arrays of numbers, a small vocabulary of operations over them, and an execution engine that runs those operations efficiently on both CPUs and GPUs. This project rebuilds those blocks from first principles in the open with an API surface small enough to read end to end. We've got tensors and D-types, which are the actual data that's fed into models. A lazy computation graph, which describes what to compute. Device abstractions, so you can run the same program on CPUs, on bare metal, on CUDA, typed errors and cancellation. Let's see. So we've got the TypeScript core, which is, I guess, the description of the operations to perform. And then we have a foreign function interface using an API RS to the Rust and Candle backend. That's cool. Let's see. Mike, this is a very well-written README. So I guess the program itself is built like so. So pretty standard effect methods here. So you import device and tensor from Effect Torch core. You use the constructors to build a lazy graph. So we've got two tensors here of random information. And then operations extend the graph, checking shapes, data types, devices eagerly. So matrix multiply the A and B tensors. Then we add to the C tensor one. Then we compute the mean. And then when we actually, I guess, evaluate runs the whole graph on the device off the JS thread. So yielding tensor2 typed array gives you a result, and then you can console log the result. Device selection is explicit via a layer. This is cool. So you can like say what device to run on. That's kind of cool. Are there any more complicated examples? Let's see. Let's see.
Maybe some tests, examples. There you go.
Let's see. So we're creating a 2 input to hidden layer to 1 output MLP. X is a batch of rows, so any batch size works, including a single input of shape 1, 2. Interesting. This is pretty cool. So I guess this is where's the create model method? Create model.
Is this kind of building like a DSL that expresses like the program, and then
I think it is.
you
Yeah, I think it's a
yeah
a DSL of operations, which then gets sent to the Rust backend as a foreign
plus
function.
resources.
Yeah, very foreign function call. This is very cool. I want to see the implementation of the evaluator packages native. Oh, this is like interesting. Where's the evaluator device? No. Is it here? I guess it's just done through the native FFI. I'm sorry, I'm missing like a whole discussion in the YouTube chat.
Oh, sorry, my fault. I didn't want to pollute the.
Hey fellas, just got onto office hours. I was wondering for the Effect LSP for TSGO, can we get Z support? Maybe send a PR in. There's an open issue because the official Z. Okay, Mattia, you're talking to the. Okay. Oh wait, Mike, we gotta inflate Mike's ego a tiny bit here. So the accountability project by Mike and the post "The Death of Software Development" is beautiful.
Yeah.
In a talk, Mike gave a hint that he would make a write-up about agent setup. Is it coming? And Mike said, at some point, I got to find the time. I think accountability is a good reference for folks who are interested in Effect, although I haven't looked at it in some time. Is it, hang on, Mike Arnoldi, accountability. When was the last time Mike edited this? Yeah, 6 months ago. So I do think that there's some good stuff in here. I think there's like some very interesting pieces to this. And it's like one example of a way that you could set up your project.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people have asked like, oh, what's like a canonical way of setting up an Effect project? And there is none. Like we don't impose a particular file structure, so you can set up your project however you want. But it is interesting to like look at different ways that people have set up projects. So like, for example, in the accountability project, this is the way that Mike is setting up his like project. But then like in the Discord bot project that we have, for example, in Effect, that Tim sort of spent the most time coding, Effect TS Discord bot, took a different approach. So like in here, you can see like all the different services that Tim built and then consolidated them into a main function. Anyway, there's like examples out there. So Mike,
the accountability project. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, Mike, your tensor project looks very cool. You should come on office hours and show off some examples when you're ready. Guys, I'm very curious about. Sorry, Mattia, go ahead.
I was about to say that it's also like very useful, like as a reference, also how to integrate something that's not like properly working inside of JS, but it's actually working on something else, which is Rust in this case, and describe this pattern of basically like passing in the program description, which Effect like is kind of the same idea, having a program description and then have it run. So yeah, I am also very curious about that.
Yeah, like building something that calls out to a native API from TypeScript through a foreign function interface binding is kind of cool. And as far as I understood, it uses an API Rust and not like Node.js or something old like that, which is cool. There's a question. I'm very curious about Effect cluster. Is it active? Does anyone know? And Fubi or Sebastian already answered. Yes, it's active. Yes, it is an actively developed project in both V3 and V4. Just looking to see if there's any other questions anywhere. Mike, you said sure. All right, we'll have to get you on office hours to talk about this because I think it would be interesting. There's a lot of cool pieces to that project that would be fun to talk about. And you could also maybe show folks a little bit more about, like, basically to accomplish the goal, like getting people into some of the stuff that underlies all the AI that we're using on a day-to-day basis. You guys are literally anytime I mention cluster, I summon the trolls in the chat. Cluster's developed, but nobody knows how it works. And then waiting patiently for a 24-hour cluster stream. I'm interested in seeing you guys work with the workflow module. Yeah, I know. We need to plan. We need to actually plan an evening Eastern time office hours, which I know, Mattia, you wouldn't be able to attend, but then we could get Tim to do like a demo of like cluster and workflow. And I think that would be the most interesting thing. What is the joke behind this 24-hour cluster stream you talk about so often? Since like the inception of office hours 39 episodes ago or so, we've had our resident cluster troll, FIWS, has been asking us to do a 24-hour cluster stream because and we've just sort of like ignored it. But that's the joke. It's not really, and I don't even think it's correct. I'm not even really sure it's a joke. I'm pretty sure it's a serious request. But I won't be doing a 24-hour stream ever. So you guys can all put that out of your mind. 99% of people are asking. Nice. Yeah. Nice. 99% of people are asking about it. What else can we chat about? Effect office hours and cluster. Tim Smart is like Jimmy Kimmel and Matt Damon. Indeed. For anybody who knows that reference, indeed. Let me pull up the Effect repo and see if there's anything interesting to...
But I promise that when it will happen, I will stay awake and I'll be there because I really want to see Tim working on that.
It would be like 3 in the... It would be so early for you, I think. Wouldn't it?
I don't care. It's the 24-hour cluster stream happening.
It's the 24-hour cluster stream actually happening. Wow. Yeah, I need to actually schedule like an office hours where Tim can come. Would you folks be interested in reading a real estate SDK I wrote with my agents in Effect? Yeah, maybe the next office hours we can look at that because I think we're probably gonna finish up here soon. I don't want to like get too in the weeds on a reading through a project right now, but definitely for next office hours, send it over to us earlier in the stream, and we'll definitely take a look.
I'll just use the stream to finish reply a thread that I started in the YouTube comment sections. We were mentioning about the Z support for Effect CSGO, and the thing is that it is already supported. The thing is that the setup command does not offer by default the configuration for Z. And the issue right now is that Z by default loads the TypeScript binary from a global folder. So the LSP is not the actual TypeScript version that you have configured and used in your project. And there is an open issue for that. But we have Ratios, which has built a Z Effect CSGO extension, and so I suggest for now using that over, as have been mentioned in the comments, there is this trick you can do where you can point your Z config to call directly the exe with SDDO as a way to communicate with the editor and the LSP. But the issue with that is that it works only if you treat your Z config as something local that's not shared over your project. Because then, if you have users that are running over Windows and users that are running, for example, over Unix or whatever, that trick doesn't work because it needs to have the exact binary name, which is without exe for non-Windows users. And so that's why I'm like more off of that. And what I plan to do next weeks is actually, I think I want to support officially an initial configuration that uses the Ratios Effect ESGO Z extension because that supports both and solves the problem, and also like allows to automatically pick up the project that's running on inside Effect ESGO version rather than relying on a global one. Which I can see why that does that, but unfortunately, it can lead to issues where you have your TypeScript compiler that emits one result when running via the CLI locally in your project, and your editor instead emitting other diagnostics because it's running not locally in your project but globally with a maybe different version. Just wanted to address that before we end up.
Very good. Well, if there's nothing else, folks, thank you all as always for attending office hours. And I will try to get something on the calendar with Tim. Effect cluster stream can never happen because then the meme will die. No, I'm gonna do this to kill the meme. The meme will die.
I'm sure that another meme will come out.
I'm pretty sure another meme will present itself. But yeah, I will try to get Tim on the calendar for a cluster stream, and we'll try to, or a cluster office hours where we can like actually look at using Effect cluster and workflow. I'll also try to get something on the calendar with Mike to show off a little bit more of the features of Effect Torch. But anyway, thank you all very much for coming. It's very, very fun. And we will see you all next week. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you very much.